What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Travis. Of course, this is TWA Motorsports, and today, well, we got a couple exciting things for the white lawn mowing truck, right? So in the last video, I think we did these, maybe in a couple videos. I don't even know what I did last, guys. I told you we were gonna work on the interior. I haven't got to that point. This truck is filthy dirty. It's been raining. My son's been driving it. But if you do notice, the rear tailgate is back from paint with no dents. So that's exciting, right? And if you'll notice too, we have a painted tailgate handle. So that's kind of cool. And definitely looking a lot better. I guess maybe we could just panel paint this truck until it's perfect. It seems to be that's what we're doing anyway, with the door handles, mirror caps, front balance, and whatnot. But today, I've got a couple things that I want to do. For one, when my son took this out to have it painted and get the dent knocked out and get this paint matched, I told my painter, I said, hey, I'm going to order a new one of these. He actually went ahead and put this on. So I've got a new one of those to put on, and it's not a GM one, which normally I buy a GM one, but the reviews on this one off of Amazon, guys, said it fit really well. I've got it in a box over there. And then the other thing that's been bugging me for the longest time is these taillights. Look at all the junk. This is obviously leaking. So I've got a new set of taillights. Now on these, I chose to go with an aftermarket brand, which you guys have seen me use before. And guys, I will list all of this stuff in the description down below, like always. But that's what we're gonna be doing today, is those two things, making this look, you know, a little bit better as we go. You'll notice too, when he went out to get this tailgate, it wasn't lining up. And if you'll notice, this bumper has been pushed in like it's been backed into something. I don't remember it being that way when we bought it, but maybe it was, and I just missed it. I don't know. But either way, we need to eventually get a new bumper, because this one, I don't know if you guys can see that dent in it, but that's dented. And but anyway, this for some reason wasn't lining up, so we had to move it out a little bit. I noticed there's a little bit of touch-up paint here too, so this has been something that's, I'm hoping that our lights fit. But let's get started by taking this off. We're gonna go grab the Torx bit that takes those guys out, and that's where we'll start. Now getting these out requires a T30. Maybe. I don't know if he put a new piece of two-sided tape on the front. Leading edge. Generally, I tell him not to worry about painting the front in a truck that we're daily in. I did, however, tell him to make sure and keep these bolts, but the new one, I believe, comes with new bolts. We'll see here. Oh, he must have put new two-sided tape on it. No, he painted it. Yeah, he put a little tape on it. That's fine. I didn't realize these things were open on the top like that. Probably makes putting one of those nut insert or inserts, threaded inserts, easier. He did paint all the way to the top though. But, you know, I didn't tell him to body work any of this. There's no sense in it when you're gonna cover it up. But let's go, I'm gonna clean this off, and then we'll go grab the other piece. I'm gonna have to get my eraser wheel, I think, and clean the old stuff off the inside. I'll show you that in just a second. Now this thing has the world's worst liner in it. I remember seeing that in the last video. You can pretty much just like peel it off. But I'm not gonna mess with that right now. I wanna get this two-sided tape off though, this old stuff, because our new one should have two-sided tape on it. So I'm gonna go grab my eraser wheel and my drill, and we're gonna run down this ledge and get all that old crap off, and then I'll probably clean it with some alcohol before we set the new one in place. Same eraser wheel you've seen me use on the channel several times. It's what I take all my trim off with. But it does a really good job of not wearing out your thumb and getting this old two-sided tape off. so you can see what I'm talking about. Makes your life so much easier. So we're gonna run down the whole end of that, and then we'll go open our new one and see, hopefully it came with two-sided tape already on it. Generally they do. Now, if you've got a bunch of residue, you might want to use some adhesive remover too. But I think we're good here. I got a majority of it off. So we're just using some alcohol, rubbing alcohol, and a microfiber towel here. Let's just clean up this ledge. And I'll probably do this a couple times just to make sure that everything sticks like it's supposed to. Let's go grab our new one, open it up, and see what we got. Let's check it out. I'm used to using GM parts, you know, but this one, like I said, had great reviews, and it does come with new screws. That's nice. What about two-sided tape, though? Does it have any? Yes, it does. So you can see we've got new screws to put in. And I'll tell you what we'll do, just because in the past I've had bad luck with this. We're going to test fit those since they're aftermarket before we cinch this thing down. All right. Looks like it fits pretty good. May actually go a little further than the factory one. Yeah, all the holes are lining up. Looks just like the factory one. I think we're good. All right, so here's how we're gonna do this. I wanna test these, like I said. Make sure, I know the camera's out of view now. Let's test this. It also comes with the new threaded inserts in case you had one that was bad, which happens often. Perfect. Okay, they fit. So how I like to generally do this, I'm gonna go over it one more time with rubbing alcohol, and then we're gonna pull a tail off on each side and bring it down to the inside. So like this, and I'll show you that in just 1 second, but let me go over it one more time with the alcohol, making sure we got anything off that we don't want on there. Give it a second to kind of dry, and we'll go from there. Now this part is a trick that my painter showed me. I'm gonna put these up here, and we're gonna put those in first. So we're gonna put the screws in outside first, but this trick that my painter showed me, because used to, guys, I would peel this all the way off, and then the problem with that is that you get it put in place where you don't want it, and that's not good. If you buy a GM one, a lot of times they will come with a longer tail. But here's what I want to do. I want to pull that out like that. And I want to do that on both sides if possible. Just because sometimes it breaks when it gets some pressure on it. So we're just going to put it over the top like that. Once we do that, we're going to push this thing back up. Try to move you guys a little closer. You can see what's going down, and we're going to try to get it started up top and in the back first. But once we get it down there, I'm going to go ahead and get our screws started. Now I'm just starting them. I'm not going to tighten them down yet. I'm going to start each one of them so we can see if we need to move left and right. This one right here has trouble coming over the ledge. And then we can still move it left and right. Actually looks like, and this also helps you tell from the way these line up which way you need to go. Looks like we need to come this way just a little bit. There we go. They look to all be pretty centered now. I think it come a little more this way. Tighten them up a little more. I'm trying to put these screws right in the middle, if that makes sense. You also notice too, I'm not doing this with an impact. Because if you do this and tighten it too tight with the impact, what you're gonna do is you're gonna spin those threaded inserts. And then you're gonna have to figure out a way to get it apart so you can finish. Now we're gonna go over to the ratchet. Snug them down. We're just going into plastic, guys. Now there is a stop on those, but don't overdo it. Once we got that set, we're going to look at these corners and make sure that it's setting flush on the tailgate, and it is on this side. It is on this side as well. We're going to open it up. Oh, my tail's gone. I'm gonna have to go get a pair of needle nose pliers and reach in and get my tail here, guys. We can get this out of here. Got it. So once we got it, and hopefully we can peel it as we're going. There we go. Now we're just going to go down that ledge, put some pressure on it, and make sure it sticks. Awesome. That looks way better. Matches, like I said, perfect with the lines on the factory one, and it fits really well. Better. Okay, now we're gonna move on to these nasty taillights. I'm sure that there's just a huge amount of dirt behind them. We'll see. But one thing done. Let's get these nasty taillights out. Just a Phillips here, and you need to keep these screws. Drop that one, but I'll get it. I believe they pull back. This one may be permanently installed. All right, let's open this. Oh my gosh, it's nasty back here. So our new ones actually came with a new harness. And so I'm gonna use the new harness since it's here. So a guy could technically undo it from the bottom, which I'll show you in a minute, but yeah, that's disgusting. We're gonna have to clean that out to make me feel better. You guys know how I am about that. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side, and then what we'll do is we'll get underneath. I'll show you where the pigtails run to, because like I said, my new lights not only came with new lights, housings, bulbs, but they also came with new wiring harnesses. But I am going to use an LED. We're going to swap out the stock light and the reverse light for an LED. And so I'm going to grab that as well. But let me get these buckets cleaned out. I'm going to knock this other tail light out real quick, and then we'll get the buckets cleaned off camera, and then we'll work on getting under and getting that stuff unplugged. A little change in plans here, because once I got those out, those harnesses are so covered in dirt that, you know, cleaning this makes no sense. So let's get underneath this. I put, I don't know, 70 pounds in the bag so we can get underneath the back of it and take a look at what we need to unplug. So guys, it's relatively simple. If you see this line right here, my air line's tied to it, and it's hooked to the bed in several spots. And then you can see we have this junction box back here. Now this junction box is where this guy plugs in. So all you have to do is follow that line from where that comes out of the tail light, and then unplug that connection. And so like I said, our new one comes with it. Now I don't think it comes with these, like the clips. I'll have to check and see if it does. Actually, I'm gonna go check, because if it does, then I'm just going to pull the whole clip out. But if it doesn't, then I'm gonna open up those clips with a flathead screwdriver. We got our buckets cleaned out, which honestly, guys, took longer than I thought it would. But our new lights, I noticed, came with these. So I don't know exactly how hard these are to get out. Just using a flat blade screwdriver here, trying not to beat the crap out of the side of the truck. Tell you what, it may be more beneficial to just take those off the light, to be honest with you. Seems like it'd be a smarter idea to take them off the light. I think I got that one now. Oh, I said. There we go. Holy crap. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna take them off the light. I don't know. I may pop that other one off. Of course, it comes out way easier. We're committed now. I just cut through it. All right. So, got the light here in the back of the truck. And it did come with new clips, and when I say new clips, the ones that go on the bottom of the bed. So let's get this thing out of here. And basically, we just need to drop this into place. We can get it untaped. Should have been ready here. Now, remember, I want to change out our reverse light, but I really like to hook it up first, just because a lot of times these are polarity sensitive. I'm just going to follow the same routing procedure as the last one. And when I say that, guys, this passenger side goes into the bottom of that junction box, and the driver's side goes into the top. That looks nice. Fits nice. Fits pretty good too. Okay, obviously, I'm gonna go ahead and do that on the other side. I'm gonna get the wiring harness routed, and then we will pull them back out and see if we can get our reverse light swapped out. But like I said, we need them hooked up because we need to test our reverse light. Got the harnesses plugged in and got the light obviously sitting in here, but I want to pull it back out. I probably shouldn't have done it this way, but to get the holy cow. Okay, one of those came out, one didn't. Anyway, I want to take the reverse light out, which is the very bottom one. So we're going to turn it, take it out. And like I said, I probably should have done it a little bit differently, but so taking the halogen out, and we're going to put a Zevo in there. I've had really good luck with these for both daytime running lights and reverse lights. So what we'll do is you can kind of trick the truck. It won't go into reverse without somebody in it. So what we'll do is we will turn the key on and turn it back off, and that should light up when we turn it back off. Let's give it a shot here. Okay, is it lit up? All right, that one's good. So now, let's go ahead and put our screws back in place for that side. And then all we have to do is just duplicate that exact process on the other side. Now guys, this came with the clips that hold the screws. You might make sure before you toss your old ones that your clips are on here that set on the inside. Nothing worse than throwing something away that you actually need. But as far as fitment, they look pretty good. We'll back up and look at it all here in a minute. And I know some people are gonna ask, why aren't you doing LEDs in the rest of the lights? Well, on the tail lights, guys, I generally don't do that. You'll notice on this channel, I very, very rarely will I put LEDs in the tail lights. You know, there's been some problems back in the day with GM and LEDs and the tail lights and the cruise control not working. I've never had a problem with that, but I've heard a lot about it. Several people have asked on my videos, past videos. You'll also notice I'm doing this by hand as opposed to with my drill, like I took them out. That's just because I don't want to mess anything up. I'm gonna wipe that down. We'll knock the other side out. We'll take a look at it. Well, we're all finished up. I wiped them down. I'm getting ready to go wash this truck. It looks terrible. Normally I wash my cars here, but I think I'm just gonna blow this one off, get the junk out of the fender wells and stuff, so I don't have to make a mess in my garage. But guys, the fitment is really good. Now you can't really judge the fitment on this side because that's bent down there, so it doesn't fit like it's supposed to, but the other side really lines up well. Just as good as the factory one in my opinion. These are the TYC brand that you guys see me use so often on the channel. But yeah, with the dents out of the tailgate handle painted to match, the new upper piece that matches the sides, it is looking good, guys. It's definitely looking better. And like I said, we're just chipping away little things at a time. I've got a few other parts in besides, you know, all the interior pieces that we're wanting to do something with, which I'm hoping will happen relatively soon. It's really tough to get a video in on this truck because he's so busy with it, guys. He's hauling a lawnmower with this thing like almost every other day. And then when he's not, he's busy working out and doing other stuff. So it's just really, really hard to, you know, find time for him to either trade us vehicles or just get this thing in the shop to do something. But I've got a fuel pump that's going bad as well. But let's see if we can get both these lights to come on. You can see I've got a bunch of boxes to get rid of too, but it's kind of a trick. So you can see the LEDs lighting up. All the tail lights are working. Turn signals, I tested those off camera, but yeah, guys, we're getting there little by little. We also need, I noticed the bumper, which I talked about just a little bit ago, but we'll get there little by little. And honestly, guys, I don't want to make it perfect. We're just trying to make it better, because if we made it perfect, then it would be like some of this other stuff in here. We'd never want to drive it. And I never had plans on making this thing like that. Now, are we gonna make it way nicer? Absolutely, but no, we're not shooting for perfect here. But if you guys did enjoy this video, please, like always, smash that thumbs up button. Guys, if you are not subscribed, go down there, hit that subscribe button. Of course, like always, ring that bell notification that notifies you every single time we drop a new video. And guys, go check out TWA Motorsports so you can get a hat, a t-shirt, a hoodie, a key tag, a sticker. Anything you buy definitely helps support the channel. And stay tuned to see what we work on next.